You have a problem with that? I just get started. Oh God, it's fine. Okay, so the very first pair I'm talking about is Euro JPY. So checking on the daily, this pair actually has been doing what I actually analyzed. So there won't be any more things to talk about on this, but let's just see what we can predict again. So from my view, this pair has a potential of still coming back to the low all the way back to this area because this pattern that got formed, its potential is to get to this low, which I didn't see this pair getting to yet. So we still have the high probability of this pair testing the low of this pattern initially from this main drop that was about to drop. I mean that dropped earlier. But the pair did not get all the way to the low yet, so they move all the way to the upside again to continue their move. So in one word, this pair still has a potential dropping all the way back to this area. Another reason why we're gonna be looking out for sell is the other reason why I looked out for sell, was based on this impulse move that we had. Then we had a possibility of a retracement. I think this was around the 618. If you place a fib on it, all the way to the downside, then I was able to do some one flips. So I was anticipating some kind of ABCD pattern should in case that decide to happen. So which means if that is actually gonna happen, then this is a probability of pair coming all the way to the downside. So in one word, we're not gonna anticipate the sell to this point. I was actually asking the pair. I was actually looking at the pair to come all the way to this low or not this area. But this is the trade. If this pair breaks this low, there's a probability of them testing this point. Until that, we're gonna watch out for what they're gonna be doing. So what happened actually yesterday was that the pair expected the certain area that I gave out. I gave the analysis out last week. So last week I remember, and this was about 150 pips dropping already. This structure was not. It was the sell that I called last week was not based on anything but previous area of resistance. Like I've always been saying, the market is all full of support and resistance. Bring it out. Anything people shows you, any strategy that you have been showed, it's just a reform of support and resistance. That's just it. Because one way or the other, they're gonna tell you some kind of blah blah blah, stationary area, blah blah blah. It's based on support and resistance. If the market has not been respecting it, you're not gonna be seeing some kind of reason why the market is gonna be dropping from those areas. So we have this structure right here. You guys can look out for the before of this trade. You have this structure right here. Then unfortunately, the market came back to the test seat, then making its way all the way to the downside. So right now, I'm still looking for the price to get all the way to this point. Initially, if the market want to drop, so they still have the high point of coming all the way to this area or to the downside. So in this one, I'm going to sit down out of it for now. There's nothing new to talk about on Europe, BPY. Why the next I'm going to be talking about is gold. So this gold actually is a pair that I should have called the sell. I was the sell from this small candle, but I was taken out in break even. What I see on gold right now is that gold still has a lot of potential to drop. Yes, I'm recording it. Gold still had a lot of potential to drop. But the thing is that you need to be very, very careful if you're looking out to catch a drop, just like you're trying to catch a falling knife. So which simply means you can actually wait to do what? For this pair to show some kind of good reaction for the sell. Well, if you're looking to catch some kind of weak entry, blah, 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 then you want to go on the smaller time frame probably to see what to wait for the reaction to form on those smaller time frame like an 1 hour, like whatsoever, like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, just for you to look out for entry. The reason why we're going to be looking out for sell entry on this one is based on this. I'm a technical trader, like you guys know, so I trade anything that related to technical stuff. But the thing is that this actually is a bad pattern on gold, and patterns like this on the high time frame has 70% probability rate of playing out. But it can take a hell of fucking time before they play out. That's just the point. They can take a hell of fucking time before they play out, but theirs was 70% probability of playing out. Also, when talking about patterns like this is a bad pattern. This pattern already played out before, but it played out from a very like an invalid area. The pattern did not touch this 88.6 before the pattern played out, but that's not an issue. The move on this pattern is not just this short. We still had a lot of time for this pattern to. I mean, we still had a lot of move for this pattern to drop. So, which simply means there's still high chance for this pattern to come out to the downside. But this is what I'm looking at. When I was looking at gold, I was like, if gold does not drop from this mark zone that I said, so well, before I can just anticipate gold drop from this mark zone, I can't just say because I have a pattern right there, then I'm looking out for a nice 8.6 fib level, which is around this area. So I can't just say, okay, gold should drop from there. Well, that is the power of harmonic door. Power of harmonic says what? Whenever the fib level of a D whenever price goes to the fib level of a D, there's high chance of what? Price dropping right there. So you just take action from the G points. But I modify mine. I don't take action from the G point just like that. So which simply means I'm definitely looking at what some kind of levels, which is what I really want to see what price does around this area in the past. So which means I'm going to zoom out, or maybe that's zoom in, to see what market has done around this area in the past, where the area I'm looking at for what? For the sell. So checking this back, I can see reaction that the place that we had a lot of reaction happens to be this point. Reaction. If you get back to the past again, you're gonna see that there was a reaction right here, then price break retest, and ever since then price has been doing what, giving us some kind of break and retest around that point. So, and this is an area for the bat pattern. This is the box I have for the bat pattern. So automatically that is telling me that I need to watch carefully what price is going to do there. Mind you, if you look at this area that we have for the bat pattern, that is not also a bad area, because if you're going to check from this area, we had what? A break retest, price continue, retest, price continue. We had a nice spike to the downside, break retest. You can see this area also does not go easily without some kind of reaction. You can see right here. So check it back. You can see what price does when price gets to this area. One way or the other, even though price is gonna break the area to come back to this resistance, or maybe what's it called, the supply area, we still get some kind of reaction on this box point. So now that we can see what price is doing around the area, let's check back again to see what we're gonna be looking at for, which simply tells us that if price gives us a reaction inside this zone, we're coming down. And if price does what? Bring up to the upside back to this area, we're going to drop. So which simply means you want to wait to see reaction. I am not selling gold based on that level all alone. I'm selling gold based on history. I'm looking out for sell on gold based on history. Sorry. So because I'm not asking you to go ahead and sell right now. I'm looking out for gold sales based on history. So the high probability trade is based what? On these points. This point has high probability trade. But where we are right now is not bad to look out for sell. And that is what you want to get. What you want to get a confirmation right there first. And the confirmation you're going to get is what? We're going to go to the small time frame to see the type of confirmation. Well, you might even check on a daily. You want to see some kind of candlestick pattern forming right there. You want them to give us a reaction. Talking about candlestick pattern, we're talking about something like this. Or maybe we can get something like this. You know, get a close below. Maybe you want to see whether we can get some kind of break, then price is going to go back to do what? Give us that spike as a retest. You just want to get some kind of, reaction, like slow down. Market is going to give us some kind of reaction right here before we take anything like sell. You can see last daily close was below it. Let's see another daily close to be below it. So if you're not going to be rushed, you can see some kind of candle like this. Wait again to see some kind of reaction back into this zone, then start looking out for yourself. And should in case price you didn't get sold and price do something like this, come all the way back to this area, this is a probability sell for you. I'm not a type of trader that like go ahead and buy the top. Number one rule of forex is what? Sell low. Sell high, buy the low. Buy the low, sell the top. That's the number one rule of forex for everybody. So even the big institutions where they sit their ass down to wait for price to get to the low before they buy. So what are we saying? You can trade continuation, but I'm not actually. It is very, very bad of you looking at to trade continuation of gold at the top. You can make money from it, but it's very, very bad. That's the bad out of trading, to look at gold continuation and looking out for that buy where gold is right now. Unless go deep a little bit more before you look out for that buy. But where gold is right now, it does not give you any reason to look out for buy at that same point. Well, if gold drop or give you some kind of retracement, where you can start looking out for buy. But as of now, I'm looking out for sell. And the number one priority area where I'm going to be looking out for sell is what? Is this method. Why where gold is right now, I'm going to keep an eye on that also. What's the TP for gold? So in case gold gets to this top, TP is going to be around this area. TP is going to be around there. This first drop that happened on gold, I anticipated that. You guys can go ahead and check back my analysis on that. And that was about the 10,000. Like I can't just imagine. That was a crazy pips that make bank from that area also. I'm talking about this first drop. So now we're going to be waiting to see the next drop again. But should in case gold want to make his way down to this area, to that top, that's going to be the TP area I'm going to be looking at for. Then I'm going to be anticipating some sort of things like 50-50. Okay, yeah. So let's see. So in case gold make his way to that area, we're going to be looking at for sell or go to that point. Even though if gold make his area, even gold make it to this area also, we're going to be looking at for some kind of sell. Now let's go to the 2-hour time frame just to see some kind of confluence on these two areas that we're looking at for. So on 2-hour time frame, you can see the action we're getting right there. You want to wait and see a lot of reaction right there. So on 2-hour time frame, I can actually see something like this. I place a fee from this top to this low. Then I could see that market retraced all the way towards 38.2 at first. I gave you guys something, was it last week, whereby I was explaining the power of 38.2 to you. Well, it's going to be actually a video I'm going to make just to give you guys more insight. 38.2. Then what do we have? You get a nice, I told you that if 38.2 does not have a chance to break the low, if it breaks the low, it's going all the way to the what? -272 or -113. But it does not break the low, it has the potential of moving all the way to the upside. So now we are to respect the 88.6, which was the sell I took last week, and it was just like 70 pips straight away. But now the sell does not really move well. So just the continuation for the buy, the 5% continuation for the buy. So which simply tells me that market is going to respect the 113. So for a potential pattern or so. The 2-hour time frame also got a pattern. Why the daily also got a pattern? So now they're actually giving up me the same pattern at the same area. Same pattern at the same area, which is telling me that this is also a hot bat aligned at this same area for the big bar pattern of gold. So which simply means if gold gives us a reaction where it is right now, should in case we just spike a little bit back to this 113, it could be a weak entry. There's drop coming away to the downside for this. So you guys can actually watch out for that. And watch out for that. Very, 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 very it's going to be very interesting if gold just make it all the way to this 113. Just watch out for the action. Gold is going to sell. That's gold. And okay. If you guys have any question you want me to talk about on any of this pair, just be putting it down. I'll go back to it and answer you. G card. I don't really want to talk about G card for now, but what I have on G card still remains the same. It's just that G card is trying to take it so slow. We already banked about 400 pips from this first sell I gave out. If not more than 400, I think it was 500 pips. Let me check it out. From the very first sell I gave out, so 600. I don't want to mess with it right now. I just want to see my eyes down to watch out for what they want to do before I reanalyze anything on this. But as of now, I still feel the sell. But I'm watching closely to see if they can just break a certain area. Let me see. Oh, yes. Because yesterday when I was looking at this pair, I saw them respecting this resistance. And I'm just waiting for them to see if we can break this area. Then there's still a chance of this pair coming down. I don't want to talk much about this for now. I'm not going to talk much about this. I remember I talked about EU for you guys yesterday. Yeah, I said something on EU when we're analyzing EU, but EU is making its way to the downside for now. Like the overall thing I'm gonna be talking about, what I'm gonna be saying on EU is like I said yesterday, I already told you guys about EU yesterday. Like they had the high chance of going to the upside, they had the high chance of coming to the downside. So EU just won because EU has been a pair that needs to push the upside. If you check from the daily, this pair, this pair should actually be mooning right now. This pair should actually be mooning right now. Checking from the daily, we should be mooning right now because this is what we do. we had a nice push right here, then we're looking at for retracement, maybe continuation back to the upside. That is what we're looking at, because the market expected 50 February here and they were unable to break this low. So telling us that this is going to be an impulse, right? This is going to be a retracement and it's going to be a continuation to the upside. So, but the thing is that they still had the high chance of still dropping to this area before they pushed up. So now, what I was actually looking at right now is this. This is not the actually broker I used to analyze this, but I would like you guys to just pay attention. EU is a crazy pair. They really respect trend line. That is what I like about them. And the real move on EU does not just happen from Monday. They try to fake out and then they make their way. So now I am still looking for price to get to this area based on the patterns that I've showed you guys 2 weeks ago. It might not happen, but there's still a high chance of them making it all the way to this point. So which means if you want to cut a trade back to that point, you might wait to see this counter trend line get out. You can see we're sitting on the counter trend line right now. So in case market get out of the can break the counter trend line and give us a retest of it, there's a high chance of you coming back to this point, because what we are actually expecting right now is this point. And this is just telling us that we created a support around this level. We created a support around this level, support right here, then we break the test. Market is breaking back to the test it again. So in case market is what? Breaking this trend line, there's a high chance of EU making its way like this. So in case, or something of such can even happen. We can go back to test this area. If you get more retest of it, market can do something like this and make its way back to this point before the bull run occur. So this is what I personally am waiting for. So in case I get something like that, I'm gonna sell, then wait my house for the market to get to this point, then I'm gonna buy EU all the way to the upside. I'm actually waiting on this area. I've been waiting on this area since last week to take EU back to the upside. So that's gonna be another bull run I'm waiting for on EU. An impulse retracement and continuation to the upside. Impulse retracement, continuation to the upside. That is what I'm waiting up on EU right now. So, but my this thing is telling me that if in case we have some kind of change of analysis, I'll actually send it out. Oh, okay. This is my swing trade. This is a swing trade I'm actually looking to get into right now, because last week I was able to close 2005 pips. I showed you guys I was able to close 2005 pips last week. So this is a swing trade I'm looking to get my hands into right now. It's so crazy because a lot of us missed this trade, but that's fine. That's fine. This is it. Right now, we actually we are to respect the support area, but the market break out of it. I remember I was talking about the support area last week, or was it last week or yesterday? I think it was last week. I was talking about this support area. The market is going to respect it. I was doing something like this, but that was not a spy signal. Market did what? Break, retested it. We didn't retest it here, sorry. So we broke right now. So the thing is that we might retest this area for continuation to the side. But you guys actually want to look out to the left and see what the market is actually doing. Let me just take out all this played move, because we played out already and it was crazy. So I don't need to just keep it on my chart. So the thing is that I'm gonna start from the let me start from the 4 hour. I don't really want to start from daily. But based on what makes this move drop from my entry, based on my entry, there's high chance of what this pair dropping like crazy, because this is what a channel, right? So market is respecting the top of the channel. Probably they're gonna be targeting the low of it. Hopefully, that's just a need. That's just what a possible move. But based on the kind of history that we had, and based on what the market has done, we can actually see that market created a box out of this before they push the upside. We created a box out of this area while we're consolidating back and front, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We could call this was some kind of accumulation, right? And then we get a nice impulse to the upside, like a crazy one. So and from that, we can actually try to place a fib to measure the crazy move that we have from there. We can start from we can start from this impulse. So if I'm starting from this impulse, because this is actually a retracement, if you guys are going to be counting waves, the wave traders are going to be counting something like this: wave 1, wave 2 is always the biggest, right? You can count something like wave 3, the longest wave. Probably this is wave 4, then we can still get wave 5, or they can count something like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, You guys as wave 4 and probably wave 5. With 5 right here, there's some kind of ABCD pattern. A lot of way they can count the waves. So now this is, I'm placing a fib on this area from this low back to this top. Now the 618 is an area where I was looking out for earlier. I explained that to you guys already. But what happened? The market did not expect it. I was not looking out for buy. I was just looking at reaction because momentum was crazy then. So you need to understand how to make use of this fib at the right time, though. So now market is actually respecting breaking all the fib, like they were breaking all the fib. And there was a nice area that I should be looking out for, which is at the 71 fib area. Talking about this zone. Check to the past and see what reaction this zone has given us. Don't forget that I trade history. Now checking this zone back to the past, I want to see what the market has done back in this area. Now we can see reaction. But first most, I want to check where market is right now. This is it. Where market is right now is this. So I'm going to place in a line on this also. Boom. Boom. So we can see reaction. Let me just try to do something nice. I'm going to go to the line chart to see that line chart of the thing. Boom. So from this, you can see, if you check back well, you're going to see how reaction it is. Reaction right here. Reaction. This is the main one. The market expect this also. Nevertheless, we've been expecting this. But this is a spike out area. This was the resistance. This was the supply area. You can see right there. Whenever market breaks this one, they go all the way to this area. We break, retest, drop. You can see bounce of this, push to that area, break, retest, break, retest. You can see those two areas are very, very significant. Boom, respect it, break, respect it, then continue the move. So one way or the other, you can see what market has been doing right there. You can see we come all the way back there. Initially, we break, respect it, we come back again, break, respect it. Telling you that those two areas are very, very significant. So we come back to where the market is right now. So ever since then, what happened right here? You can see the market gives us what? Break. Bounced off, come back, break. This could be the retest. So now, this fib area is aligned with no fib. This area is aligned with no fib. The 70.5 fib is right below this. So what is this telling me? This is actually telling me that if market wants to bounce off this area, because this area has no reaction of fib, we can still do what? Push the little bit back spike, then continue our move to probably the direction that we're going to be looking at for. So now this is my own analysis. This was the very first zone. The second zone is right here, what I've shown you in the past. I already see reaction of those two zones. So I'm waiting to see the first. Okay, now, the very first reaction of the top, what happened? You can see this reaction also. Market will break above, and this area respect it and drop. When market comes to this area, we did not respect. We came back to respect the low one. There was a gap right here that needs to be filled also. We got a gap right here that needs to be filled. We're going to go to the smaller time frame to check the gap out. So now this is it. Market has high potential of what? Of making its way back to the 70.6 fib area. Talking about this issue. So I want to check another area that is going to align with what? That's going to match with any fib level. So going back to the past again just to see. This was a nice area. So let me just put a fib right here. Let me just put a line right here. You know, if you're a trader that does not know how to read what the history is saying, a lot of people are going to tell you that, oh, you know what, you don't need to read the history. Well, you need it just for you to know what the market has done. Market repeats itself. That's just it. I'm not saying you want to go trade. You want to just have history on your chart just for you to be able to identify what the market has done in some kind of areas. If you don't have it, well, you might be getting it wrong actually, but you need it. So we can see this was actually a support level that we should be expecting also. Then we have another one below. So now this is the thing. I'm placing a fib again back on this level. Let me check the weekly real quick just to see something. I want to try to get an impulse leg. Okay, now let me check the weekly. If I'm starting from the main low on the weekly, starting from this area, put the fib all the way to this top. So I have what? I have the 71 fib right here, while I have the 78 right here. Then this zone area is not aligned with any fib also. Well, check it back from here again. Same thing. I'm going back to my daily. So from this is the area I'm going to be looking at right now. Neglect the fib. Market might tend not to come all the way to the fib. Based on what we checked back at the history, I'm looking to see reaction around this point. But the thing is that this gap needs to get filled. So which means we're going to be going to a smaller time frame to check the area of the gap. You can see the market does broke this first support level. So market is respecting the second one. Automatically, this is what I'm looking out for. We might just spike this area, then continue our move all the way to the upside, because there's a gap right here that needs to be filled. And this is what a nice support area we're expecting right now. We had a nice support area right there that we're expecting, and there's also a gap here around this area that needs to be filled. So should in case market wants to give us reaction also, they can actually give us reaction back to this area. And we might not even fill the gap. So what is the trade on this? Watch out for buy area. Watch out for buy signal. It could be on this zone, but let it be during the London section before you watch out. Well, it can happen because Aussie can actually lose strength any fucking time. But it's because of the gap right here. I'm waiting just for the gap to get filled. That is actually what is stopping me from getting the buy right now. Because I am interested in the buy like now. I want to see what the market want to do. I want at least market should give me some kind of reaction, retracement back to the one of the stops. So, but the thing is that market can do something like this for you. Push back, retest this structure. Make sure you get a close below this. Then they can come back to fill the gap and give you something like this again. But overall, watch out for buy setup around this area. Well, probably if what's it called? Probably if the buy signal showed up and I was on my chart like that, probably I can send it out when I see some more confirmation. But this is a swing trade I'm actually going to sit my hand and I'm waiting out for. So this is what we actually get. Let me see whether we can play some kind of channel right there. No breakout. Market break that shit out. So I'm leaving that out. It doesn't mean though, but we took it out already. So let's just wait and see what the action market is going to do right there. There's no trend line fitting on this for now. But I'm waiting to see reaction because I wouldn't just get a nice impulse like this and I wouldn't just get a retracement. The retracement is going to be there while the continuation is going to be there also. And I just like it that the market is retracing deep hard for the nice pushback. So I'm waiting to see reaction right here. Buy setup is around this point. Buy setup. Let me just make a zone out of that point for you. You watch out for buy around this area. Watch out for buy around the area. There's high probability of price to continue their way to the upside. That is a probability. Just make sure you watch for that area to see what you can get. Or you can actually just wait for a nice impulse to derive first, then just for you to give it the signal, and you can continue the move. Yes, there's buy setup right there. There is. You guys can actually watch. For conservative trader, I'm trying to see what we can get. For conservative trader, I'm trying to see what we can get. Maybe conservative trader can wait for the breakout of this trend line. Maybe if you want to be patient, maybe you can watch out for that for your trade. Euros is a pair that played out really nice. When they decide to move, they just continue going. Maybe you can watch out for the breakout of this trend line just for you to get into as a conservative trader. But as an aggressive trader, you watch out for your entry right there. That goes for Euros. I told you guys to always move to solve. It's the sake of everybody. So next pair I'm going to be talking about is, let me see. Oh, no, I'm not talking about US30 for now. It's going to be my last pair. I already told you guys yesterday when I was having market recap. I told you that I'm favoring the long. But overall long is what I'm favoring on US30. Let me just skip that for now. I'm not going to be talking about that for now. What's this? So I'm not talking about US30 for now. Other pair that I want to check real quick, GN. Honestly, GN is actually driving me crazy because I'm expecting big sell on GN. But because of what? Because of all these zones that I have created. I created all these zones myself, just for me to see reaction. Because GN is the pair that respects zones a lot. From my from my back test, I've back tested this pair for years. Like GN, if you can trade support and resistance accurately, then you are, GN is a pair. Actually, GN is a pair you want to stick to. So for GN right now, I said we can get back to this top. It can happen. We're still looking out for sell. I don't want to waste more time on this. Overall, we're still looking out for sell based on the daily, based on what I can see from the daily. I told you guys already that we had the pattern right there. I told you guys that we have something like this forming, and we also had on the weekly, we have something like this. You guys can see, and this is actually telling. I've played patterns like this several times. I've like over my whole year of trading, I've played patterns like this. Flag. So I've played flag a lot. So now this is the flag. This is another flag. Impulse, retracement. Let me just see. Okay, impulse, retracement. Then what's up? This is an example of a flag that I played out in the past. I remember I played out this pattern also when I was trading. And look at it. Impulse, retracement, then what? Market makes its way all the way to the what? The bottom. So now for overall on the weekly on GN, pound New Zealand, we had opportunity of dropping madly. So last 2 weeks, I made a sell from this point based on this resistance. You can check to the past. You can see, guys, why I've been telling you that history is what something you want to pay attention to. Look at what the market has done right here. And what prompts me to take the buy, to take the sell at that point. You can see right there, when market gets to that point, give me a reaction to the sell. Now, this level that market is respecting right now is also a significant level, which is on the daily. If you check back to the past, you're going to see reaction. You can see right there. You can see right here. You can see right here. So, reason why we're expecting that level right now. So, but respecting the level right now doesn't mean any fucking thing, because I am still looking out for the sell. Overall picture does not change. It's just that the momentum right now could change, but overall picture does not change. There's one thing I want you guys to understand. If the pair is decide to drop a lot of pips to downside, they can do something like this. Let's say we have something like this, and you're waiting for the pair to do what? To drop, like make its way, then drop. A market is already here. You're looking out for some kind of break and retest of that zone. Market can still do what? Pushed up. The fact that market is still respecting that pattern still had high chance of still making its way to the downside. So now this is what we're looking at for. Look at when market was here, I was actually looking at, oh, if market could break and retest this point, then the fall is actually the fall is gonna happen that time. But look at it. You're gonna tell me market does not respect trend line. What about this? Why is market expecting bouncing off of this level? It's because if you make use of it rightly, it's gonna respect it rightly. So right now, this is what I'm looking at for. Probably a retracement back to this area. Then we're gonna look at for sell. So on this move now, I'm gonna be placing a fib on this move. The last drop we had. Then this is my 618. This is my 50 fib. This is my 8.6. Let me go to the 2-hour time frame just to make it simple. I already showed you what daily is actually looking like. Don't mind me for my message chart. Let's try to stick to what I'm showing you. So I said something. GN still had the potential of dropping, right? Because you can look at it. This is trying to form some kind of head and shoulder stuff. If I'm right, there's some sort of head and shoulder right here. You guys should be like, oh, it's been a fucking time I traded and showed that, blah, 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 like that, in one way or the other. But look at it. This is what I'm looking out for. Should in case I could get GM back to this point, I'll watch reaction. I'm gonna sell again back to my destination. Should in case I'm able to get a sell signal right there, then I'm gonna watch. So this is what I'm playing. I'm playing a fib. I'm placing a fib on this point from this top. I'm gonna make use of this top. I'm bringing it all the way to the downside. Well, I first got a reaction right here, which is around the what? Around the 38.2 fib. The market expect the 1.113. Automatically, we can expect the 1.113 right here again. So this is gonna be a sell limit for you. Right, this area. That's if pound NZD make its way back there. It could be an entry for you to get into the right. That's around the 1.113. That's one for you. While we're gonna be waiting to see what reaction is gonna do on the 618 also, because looking to the past, 618 around this area happens to be a nice resistance, and also we had an institutional area right there. So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting to see if I can get pound NZD to that point. I'm waiting if I can get pound SDD to that point, which means if market get all the way here, it's going to do something like this spike, then make its way down there to downside. And if they don't expect it, they come all the way back there, they're going to drop again. So as of now, just wait patiently to see what this pair does for you. Well, if you want to catch a ride to the upside, maybe you can place a small trend line on this move and watch out for the break. You can see what market is in right now. We're still above it. We're still below it, still respecting it. Maybe if market breaks the trend line, give it a retest, it could give you the signal to take the buy back to one of this area or back to this point. So that's for this pair as of now. But the overall picture, get into your brain. It's going to be a swing also. The overall picture is what? Sell. Big sell. Big sell. Yes. Okay. Other pair I'm going to be talking about. Okay. For those of you, I showed you guys this pair also. This is going to be a follow-up analysis on Euro card. I remember I gave you guys can go ahead and watch my review. I remember my market recap, what's it called, market structure that I gave out, I think it was 2 weeks. So I made mention of this pair, talking about this level. I was talking about this level on the daily time frame, whereby I was telling you guys that market is breaking this area. If you get a nice strong impulse and a retest, you should look out for the sell. And nicely, we got right there. Look at it. We get a nice impulse. We get a retest right here. 1-1, then the sell is going to come in. Overall picture, market is still coming back to this point. Same thing is what I had on Euro Aussie. The sell on this area also is going to come make it all the way down. You can see we had some kind of accumulation right here before the market pushes to the upside. You can see right here we get some kind of accumulation at that point. And market make its way, test the what? AR level. Then make its way all the way to the upside. So I'm waiting to see reaction back to this point. Impulse. That I'm looking out for what 618 around this area, which is aligned with what a nice support area. So for this, oh my god. So for this, I'm waiting to see market getting all the way back to this point. I'm sitting my house waiting for this. The gap on this already got filled. If I'm right, I'm gonna check. But I'm waiting to scare market all the way back to this area. This is the area I'm looking out for the long. So this is going to be a swing for you also. What you need to do if you want to catch the sell, you can go ahead and look out for the sell, blah, blah, blah. But I'm waiting to get price in that area. About, just for mind you, I think price is actually respecting an area right now. Okay, we broke out of it. Nice. 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 So let me take out the fib. We still have you can spot out the level I'm looking out for, right? But right now we can see we break out of this structure. You know, if anybody is telling you support and resistance is not playing out, then I think then you should be fool. They are trying to fool. You know, if you believe that, then you're actually the fool. If you know, that's just the point. They played out every market respect what support and resistance all the fucking time. Every other strategy that people use is based on support and resistance being modified. So you can see this level, blah blah blah, like that, blah. And we can see market respect right there, break above it. Initially came back to respect it, then pushed up. Look at it again, bouncing off it, market break. I know a lot of fucking traders were trying to buy this area. I was telling myself, I had one with one of my students. I told him, well, just watch out for the retest of it. I was able to catch it. I had his entry on my message for him. I'm on his message to mine. You know, I was able to tell him, well, just try to get the retest of it. You know, he got it right there and was in the trade. I wasn't there. So right now we can see market is bouncing off this level. We break right now. We can do the same thing we did right here, just for the continuation. So if I want to be to, like, if you want to catch the trade right there, probably a daily close below this is going to make its way all the way back to this area. Simple everything. You can see right there, we just broke out of nice support level. Something like this also. Make sure you get a close. If it is going to be a retest, when I'm talking about retest, when you guys are talking about retest, this is an example of retest. A close below the zone. So you're going to see that confirmation that the sell is actually in there. Example of retest. You guys can look at back and see. This is, look at it. We got a fake out. But the market did what? Break above, came back to retest it before the continuation moved to the upside. Example of retest. You can see retest right there. So watch for retest right here. This is not an example of retest. When the market break below, you can see this was not a retest because the daily candle close did not occur right there. we did what? We still make his way all the way to that side. So this is an example of retest. So let's see whether we can get the same thing right here to make our move all the way back to this point. Something like this. So watch out to see whether the retest, whether you get the retest right there, and we're gonna make it right there. On getting to this point, there's a high chance of price doing what? Pushing back to the upside. 100%. This is gonna be an 100% trade. There's high chance of price making it all the way back there. Yes, we had another institutional level right there. So very sure the market is gonna make it right there. Market is gonna make its way all the way to the upside each in case we get all the way to this point. So I personally am not interested in sell now. No. I'm waiting for what? The long. So I'm sitting my ass down waiting for the long. I'm not. We got a gap right here that got filled. The gap has been filled. That does not mean anything. It does not mean the market is gonna push up from there. It doesn't mean let's just wait to see what market is gonna do right there. That's for Euro card. That's for Euro card. What other pair am I looking at? That's for Euro card. I think I don't have much pair checking out unless I'm gonna be sending it out in terms of picture analysis. It's not gonna be webinar like this. This pair also I caught the short from that point, but I am looking at something different. I'm looking at something different because we can see where we're bouncing off from. It was a nice support area. I'm looking at something different. So in case if Euro USD is going to make its way to the downside a little bit, this pair has to push up a little bit. But overall, I'm favoring the sell. I'm favoring the sell on this. I favor the sell. Input retracement continuation. I favor the sell. It's just that we can get a retracement. So this is what I personally am looking out for, a breakout of this structure. Because the sell has already been played out. I caught the sell from that top. So if you are still doing the trade, fine. If you're not doing the trade, watch out for this. If market could break this low, then we're gonna make its way all the way back to this point. I'm favoring the sell. I'm favoring the sell. I'm favoring the sell. So the only difference that is gonna be there is that I'm favoring the sell all the way back to the downside. The only thing difference is that we can get a spike, a retracement, and even though if we don't get a retracement, this is the reason why I'm telling you to look out for a breakout of this on the smaller time frame. Get a breakout of that level. You can see we respected the level at first, so probably you can get a break and retest of that level and get a sell all the way to the downside. Get a sell all the way to the downside. Well, market can still make its way back to this point. Market can still make its way back to this point, but market can still make its way back to this point. If you want to wait out for some kind of back to that area, probably to sell, but as a breakout of this point, as this area, if you get something like this, it would be nice to sell, and the market make it way back to this area again. You might look out for that sell to the downside. So I will just wait for this. I'm actually waiting for some kind of thing like this. I'm waiting for some kind of thing like this. Why this is pushing up, USD should push down for me. Why USD is trying to make its way to the upside, this one should make its way to the downside. Because the trade, the move impacts to each other. That's for USD of OSP. I don't really have much to talk about on them because the main focus I'm looking at now is USD, Euro, Aussie, and GN. Okay, GA also. GA. Nice. For anybody that caught this move, congratulations. The move still remain the same. I'm still gonna have a sell, overall sell, but we demand a retracement. That's just what I want to tell you right now. We demand a retracement. So the retracement level that I'm looking out for is based on that trend line. I was looking at something whereby some kind of institutional traders, they were looking at, what am I saying? Am I crazy? Nothing like institutional trader for them. It's just like another block trader, sorry. Just if you call yourself institution trader, then you probably trading on some kind of institution or some kind of move or blah, blah, blah. But you just, implementing what they're trading. So I was looking at some kind of, what's it called, trade setup that was presented by them last week. One of my, it's not my guy actually. I just saw his trace markup. And it was trying to buy this move all the way there based on some kind of other block area, blah blah blah. The move actually did not make it. So on this, I'm looking out for some kind of probably this test of a trend line to get there. But I'm gonna go to the smaller time frame. Let's go to the smaller time frame. You can see the support level that we expected and we're breaking. We're testing it right now. What I want to play out on this, I've already showed you guys what I want to play out on this before. A pause, 50 fib, negative 272, then a potential 70.6. Market did not respect it. So there's buy setup coming up from that area, but 113. So this is a shark pattern play out. If market make it all the way back here, that's the sharp pattern formation. So money traders can actually watch out for this. That's the sharp pattern formation. The sharp pattern formation is right there. I want to check out something. When you're convinced about some levels, just try to go on the line chart. Just for it's gonna give you more views on what the market is doing. So in case weak is too much. Okay, that's all. So this is a level that got expected. 113 is gonna be a nice sharp pattern, but this pattern also is valid. The market is still respecting it. This pattern is valid. I just favored what the base one. This pattern is valid. A cipher, an extended cipher, but I wanted to make it all the way to this area, the 1113. I'm gonna actually like the 1113 for some kind of pull run. Yeah, some kind of retracement back to the top. At least back to this level because we can see what the market is doing, back and front consolidation. We still consolidating. The fact that market is still right below this zone still gave us some like market can still push up. So on this, if you are able to catch the buy from that 1113, if you get something like this, make sure you get the retest. Boom. So I'm talking about retest like this. You can see after the fake out we have right here, we came back, spread is drop. So if this consolidation is still gonna hold, this could be the fake out, or probably they're gonna extend. Get back here, you buy. Just watch out for it. If this pair is your favorite, you can sit your ass down and wait for them to play out, and wait for the either possibility to occur. But I favor the 113 if you're a money trader. 113 is actually a nice area to take what? To take the long from. Talking about this 113 area. This point is a nice area. I'm talking about the 1.9. You can check the 1.9380. 1.9380 is a significant area based on money trading. So if you get a base and interest of this, you can take the long. If you're gonna wait for the harmonic trades to form, you can take that. Either of it, there's a trade setup right there. A trade setup. And should in case market break this trend line overall, then the sell is actually ready to come. I'm telling you that there's big sell. I told you guys already on that there's a big sell on this also. But this trend line is guiding right now. But in case we break out of it, we're selling. This is a nice pattern, and this pattern is a reversal pattern. This pattern is a reversal pattern. You can see right there. The pattern is a reversal pattern. So but I'm still expecting them to just give me a retest, then continuation, blah blah blah. But the moment you break this pattern, we're selling all the way to this area, and that's gonna be some kind of 1,100 pips again, right there. So it's gonna be for people that are patient though. I'm gonna catch the trade. I'm gonna catch it if market break this trend line. 100%, I'm going to catch it. Whether it is news, whether it is whatever, blah blah blah. My ancestors are gonna make me catch it. So that's for Ozzy. Let me see peers. I don't really have more peer on my watch list for now. Let me see. Let me see whether anybody got some kind of peer. Let me see GU real quick. Put in the chat box if you have any peer you want me to check for you. Oh, GU. Because of some people that trace GU. GU traders, I know you might be excited because I want to show my I trade G also, but I trade them when the setup presented, like when I'm very, very sure of the setup, or when I focused on, I'm a type of like when I focus on a certain pair. So I get it at that time. When I see some kind of move or trying to play out on the pair, then I get my fucking ass eye on it. I'm always trying to get it. You can see really quick, just see how I was able to spot this zone perfectly, right? You can just see just from the past, I was able to spot this zone. And mind you, I can still bring the zone all the way back to this point because this was the high point at that time. I don't want to make it. I don't want to make it too big, like that. I should have made use of this. But checking the line chart, I'm gonna figure out that this is the closure. This is the closure. Just a very quick way to spot out zones without wasting your time or doing some kind of thing like that. So right here, this is respecting is approaching a nice support area. And if you check the history also, I remember when I was calling this trade, it was crazy. I called this trade. You guys can check back again and see. I called this trade. I called it. For those of you that remember, I gave it out on Discord. It's on the whenever this thing also. You guys can go ahead and check. It was a nice spot, a nice back pattern, aligned at the supply area. Aligned at the supply area. It was so crazy. But the only thing is that I never expected the pair to drop. Oh my god, 2,000 pips, because I did not even catch all the 2,000 pips. I only caught few. I think I was 500 pips and I was out of the trade. When price gets to this area, I was out. Okay, now this is what we're looking at for. Mind you, I didn't mean I saw this also. I would have taken the buy because I think my eye should have been on the buy. Let me see, 38.2. Yes, I missed the trade. But I don't even know whether I missed the trade. It seems I called the trade, but I'm not sure. Okay, now what are we looking out for? Look at this. Some kind of fucking other block right there got fucked out. It got liquidity though. So you don't tell me, yeah, it doesn't have liquidity. I'm placing a fib. I'm matching. I'm first doing something like wave. Wave one. Don't mind me. I'm just trying before any wave two. Wave three. Wave four does not break, must not overlap the one, right? Wave traders, am I right? Probably wave five to the downside. So now this is what I'm playing out, placing a fib. 1, 2, 618 at this point. Check to the past to see that area. Got a nice resistance at this area. The resistance we got is above, but there was what? There's another level right here. There's another level right here. Whenever I spot the level, I try to take it to the past just to see if reaction around that level at the past seems okay to me. Seems okay to me. Well, let me just play. Let me just do something. So we have a nice 618 right here now. The 618 right here. What I'm going to say is what? There's a probability of price making its way to this zone, which is around the 71 fib level before the drop. But we're going to go to the smaller time frame just to see some kind of reaction. But I'm looking up a sell. I'm looking up a sell on this also. Looking up a sell. Impulse retracement overall. Then what? Let's see what the market is going to do. Oh, we got some kind of other block right there that got spot out. Checking out this level. Invalid. Let's watch what the market is going to do right here, because you can see to the past also that we gave some kind of reaction right there. You can see we get some kind of reaction right there. Market structure, let me see. Real quick. AB is equals to CD. If this is an AB, you got 38.2113, you're going to get XACD. Yes. Don't get shocked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Harmonic is right there. Harmonic pattern is right there, calling the sell. Yes, harmonic pattern is right there, anticipating the sell. Look at this liquidity area. You can see, right? The low is what you're going to be playing, and the low is going to be around the 1.1272. 1.1272. So there's high chance of this price dropping from any of these two fib, from these two areas. So I'm going to favor the top one. And let me check the fib level align, 65 fib level. So still awesome. So from the 65 fib level, there's still high chance of price doing what, making its way to the downside around this area. Don't forget we're trading golden zone also. So 600 to 65, there's high chance. Look at what market did right here. This was the resistance area. So they fake it out of the faker zone. It doesn't mean anything. We're gonna fake the resistance area, do like some kind of break and retest, then make our way back to the downside. 100% they do the time. So on this one, there's an harmonic right there align. Checking the 1 hour. There's an harmonic light there align. If you guys want to watch out for it, yes. You can watch out for that. Let me see whether we can play some kind of trend line of a thing, blah blah blah, like that. Okay. I just want to see, in case you missed out a good entry, where would we have been looking out for some kind of entry again? Everything is trying to break out of it, so I'm just gonna stay out of. I'm gonna stay trend line. I'm gonna put trend line out of that. I'm not gonna be playing trend line on this. Well, I think I've not even played trend line ever since I've been analyzing. So you can just watch out for it. Sell signal is right there. GU. You can watch out for that as a smaller counter trend line. Maybe you can get some kind of break out of it. Yes, maybe you can get some kind of break out of it. Yes, watch out for it. But I'm looking out for the sell around this area. On the day time frame, we have 618 at 265 around that point. On the 4-hour time frame, we have another block right there. On the 2-hour time frame, we had a nice harmonic pattern, sharp pattern right there. XABCD, this is the starting point. We had the 30.2 right here. We had the 1.113, and this area is 1.113. And on every G leg of harmonic point, you get some kind of pattern like any sort of pattern to form, to be precise, consolidation, blah blah blah. And also on the 1-hour time frame, you can see we had a nice resistance at this point. The market breakout to do some kind of liquidity, then they'll make its way all the way to the downside. So that's for GU. Let me see real quick questions, and I think that's all I got. GU, UJ, I've set limit on GU, GJ. Okay, I'm gonna check GJ right now. Here's the card. Gotta go now. That's fine. GN seems to move the same. Yes. Check GU. I just checked EA, EU, all the stoppers on gold. I never caught any entry on gold yet. It's an harmonic valid and monthly. Yes, it's valid. Just okay. Now EG. Oh, okay. Thank you. I really want to show you guys EG for you. I want to show you guys EG. So GJ and EG is what I'm going to be showing lastly. EG. Yes, my peer is still doing the same thing. I gave this analysis out, so I don't really know. I gave this out last week, so market is still yet to get to that level. I gave this out to you guys last week. Oh, yes, so last week. Maybe I was anticipating some kind of bounce back to this point. You're still looking at this level, checking the other time frame. You're still looking at for buys also. Looking at for buys. I gave this out last week. We're still looking out for buys at this area. So I'm waiting. Thank you. I even, I didn't have any, what's it called, end limits right there. I'm waiting for price to get a fork right there. Taking a buy. I'm waiting for that. Playing an impulse also. That's gonna be around the 71 fib level, or probably 71 fib level. So I'm watching. I'm waiting on that. Playing support and resistance. I'm waiting on that. Oh well, and don't get me wrong, markets could get to that area and not even buy, because I remember I told you guys something. Now I remember I told you guys that market has potential to drop all the way back to the downside. Yes. Whether I was showing you this, because this leg has been forming, so we still have market can still come all the way to this area. So don't get shocked if market does not respect this level. Just watch out for reaction. Make sure you get some kind of reaction. Markets can just pull up from anywhere. And look at it, this channel should be guiding. It should be a guiding channel for you. Automatically, it should just be a guiding channel for you. In case we break and retest, it's gonna take you to what? At least back to some area right here. But I'm waiting to see reaction. This channel should be a guiding channel. That's all simple. Nothing to talk about this. Watch out for this channel to break if you're looking at for long. Or watch out for this zone area. But it's a nice bat pattern around this point. If market gets there, it's gonna be a swing also. Targeting some kind of 600 pips back to this area. DJ. This is gonna be my last play for today. I'm gonna call it a day. This is recorded, so I'm gonna be uploading it in a few hours. DJ. Okay, there goes DJ. DJ. Oh, that's smart. I remember I caught a buy on DJ. Yes, I caught a buy around this level. I said this level. I did a webinar also on this, but this was one played out. Fuck. So it's been a fucking time I checked this. So now what are we looking at for? I think DJ got the same setup with GU. You can see right there. Just try to look and see. The reason why I called the buy from that point at first was based on this support area and what happened with respect to it at first. Look at what happened. Market break the support area, but when the support area was to play out, what happened? We came back above, expect it, then continue and move to the upside. So now, let me see something. Impulse. Do we get to any fib level that's significant? No. Okay. Watching the same area for GJ, the previous support acting as resistance. But mind you, you can just see this is doing exactly the same thing as what is it called? As GU did. So if you're trading GU, you watch out for this also. To the downside. 600 is still way above here. So maybe the market can make its way back to that area. Maybe they can make their way back to that area. Then you can catch what? You can catch the sell. Yes, maybe market can make their way back to that area. Just watch out for it. Watch out for it. Maybe market can make their way back to that area. Checking the 2-hour this time around. Let me see. Maybe market can make their way back to that area. Short time frame, what do we get? Get bullshit. I hate it when they are not moving side. When they're moving wrongly, like moving back and front to the wrong way. I just fucking hate it. Well, I would have said you like you can wait for the breakout of this area. But what I'm looking at is that just stay out of DJ for now. DJ is not. This is what I'm looking at. I'm a trader that trades up. Oh, okay, don't stay out of it, sorry. Instead of we just looking to stay out of it, let's just play something nice. Let's play something else. That top that we're looking at for is a nice area to look at for sell. point, the 65, we're looking out for that area to get filled for a nice sell entry. While we're looking out for that, this is acting as a bridge that needs to get taken out. So if this bridge gets stopped out, I mean, if we break this low, this high that we are right now, a possible retest will make the pair drop. That's all you need to check right now. Let's just place support and resistance. Let's place support and resistance on this one. The same thing we played on GA. So if this pair break this low, there's high probability of them still pushing back to this top. So if they get there, you want to sell. If they break this one, you want to sell. That's all. Let me see my question. I'm done for today. Okay, that's fine. Let me see if anybody have questions in just 5 minutes. I'm there to answer you guys. If you have any question you want to talk about, like anything, let me just answer you guys real quick. And if there's none, I'll just wait 5 minutes just to see if there's more question. And if there's none, I will call. Do you use time of the day for entry? Well, I don't use time of the day for entry because market can move very quickly. But I have it in my mind, like depending on the pair I'm trading. I trade London section, so I always just want to trade GMT 8:30 a.m. GMT. That's when I want to take my trades. I really want to London account to go first. What pair do you advise for a beginner? AU, USDCHF, because they respect FIBs and trend lines for beginners. AU, yes, and they're gonna, they don't really move like, AU does not really move like mad, whereby you're gonna be losing your money and it go like that. I got backed, not shark on GU, so I was drunk then. I got backed, not shark on GU. You couldn't get backed on GU because what we had on GU was actually shark. I think was it this? What we had on GU was shark, not bat. What's GU? I should have just typed that, but I really want to make use of the broker I am using. GU, look at it, just messy. All the analysis I played out on this now just got wiped out. I didn't mind, I don't know. GU, this is what we had. Leg A to B is around what? The 38.2. Leg AB is around the 38.2. That is what you always want to first consider. Leg A to B, what is the retracement? 38.2. While leg C happens to be at the 113, automatically that is shark. Nothing else. That is what I need to confirm shark. And leg D has to be what? The 113 to 1272, which is entry area for you to look out for your entry. So it's shark, not bad. Using your fib, what are the important fib zone? What are the important fib zone? Well, all fibs are important, depending on the type of trader you are. As for me, if my fibs are not important, I won't have them on my chart. All fibs are important, but the one we actually play on Golden Zone is 619 to 70.6. But most of the time, also they fail. You have to have that at the back of your mind. But if you know how to make use of them right, you will be awesome. But I make use of all my. Actually, in the bootcamp I'm gonna be having, I'm gonna explain in details on how. I'm gonna stop the recording to answer questions.